Hey everybody, a quick guide on the SB1, SB2 of Emma Frost. There's the SB1 right there. We're also going to look at some solo play and some tips on the Uncollected. But basically we start off with the SB1. We wait for her to do her hand movement right there and we slide to the right. And then we wait for her Sonic Blast and we slide to the right. Now remember that your controls are inverted when you fight her, so left is right and right is left. So you have to be very careful on that. That's the SB1 and the SB2. So let's see that again. So she does her hand movement here. And we slide to the right. We wait for her Sonic Blast. We slide to the right. And then we slide to the left to run back in. So everything's the opposite. Now we'll just speed that back up one more time. Right here. See it one more time. And away we go. Now the SB2 is a little different. You have to dodge her blast. We're going to see it here again with Captain America. And we're going to slow it down. And remember, it's inverted controls again. So you wait for the blast. You slide to the right. Then as her body moves back up, you slide to the right again. Now, I won't be fighting exactly like this in the solo fights. I was a little more cautious. So I definitely try to avoid the SB2. And the SB1, I blocked and dodged. So we'll take a look at that coming up pretty soon. And a couple more times very fast. 1, 2. Again. 1, 2. Okay, so let's get to the actual fights. So we'll quickly go through some of her main abilities before we get into the solo fights. 1, she's Special 1 Bias. She's heavy-handed, 200% attack and health, 45% armor. She switches between 300% Fury and 300% Armor Up and Crit Resistance every 15 seconds. And she has Kinetic Reactor. The enemy generates power when striking a blocking target. Now, of course, that is not all. She has a huge amount of abilities. She starts the fight in Diamond form. That means she is resistant to Stun, Bleed, Poison, Incinerate, Shock, Frostbite, Cold Snap, Fatigue, Concussion, and Exhaustion effects. So basically she's immune to everything at the beginning of the fight. To put her back into telepath form, she has to be at least 1 power level ahead of you. Some people are saying on YouTube that she just needs more power than you. That's not true. It's 1 full power level ahead of you before she goes into telepath form. Another way you can get her into telepath form is after she uses her special. And the third way is if you armor break her, her telepath form will be up until the armor break is gone. So armor break is very nice. She has some prowess buffs that does extra damage for her special attacks. What else is really important? She gets additional power from heavy attacks. She has a taunt effect, which won't affect us. Now, the special attack 1, if it does hit, it has a 100% chance for a power sting for 8 seconds. So, just like Yellow Jacket, if you use your special, you're going to take some massive damage. She has concussion on special 2. And special 3, well, I hope you never see it because it's really going to kill you. Basically, she is a huge hitter, even on your blocks. Pretty much any hit you take, you're going to die or you're going to be close to death. Special attacks will kill you right away if you're hit straight on. Special 2s will kill you right away. Her regular kicks will kill you almost right away. It depends on the level of your character and your block resistance. But you got to play perfect and you got to play smart. So let's take a look at the fight. So the first fight I want to showcase is a Captain America Infinity War 4-star. I wish I had a 5, but I do not. I brought in a Cosmic Champ on the team, so with his Awakening ability, he gets Armor Break. And when he Armor Breaks, her Diamond Shield will go down. You'll see that here in a second. It's coming up in one moment after a heavy. So there it is. her diamond shield is down, and the diamond shield will stay down as long as you have a armor break buff up, which is pretty nice. I think she's going to be quite difficult on a debuff immune known in war eventually, but we'll worry about that later. Now, you might have noticed also with the SB1, I'm not fully evading it like I did in the beginning of the video. Playing very, very cautiously. So I take the first hit and dodge the second, and then I'll run in from there. You are welcome to try to evade the whole thing. Just remember that if you get hit once, she'll either kill you or be very close to killing you. And that goes with everything. It goes from her kicks to her heavy attack to her specials. She can kill you in one blow on this particular uncollected node. Now, the other ways to bring down her diamond armor is if she has a full power level ahead of you, it will drop, or after her special attacks, it will drop. So, recommendations on who to bring. Bring someone that can take a lot of block damage. She does, like I said, some amazing hits on your block that can do a lot of damage. So bringing in a champ that can take a beating is a good idea. Unless you plan to intercept everything, which will be somewhat difficult. If you mess up once, you will be dead. So keep that in mind. Starlord has a pretty good block efficiency. Hulk does as well, but he takes forever to kill him. Captain America World War II is amazing block, so I'm going to show you that a little bit later. And you could also just bring in champs that do a lot of damage and just try to basically kill her before she kills you with your damage. I really tried to avoid doing the SP2. I find the SP2 even harder to avoid. And I also found that if I blocked the SP2, sometimes it did incredible damage even on the block. So you had to be careful with that. She's definitely a tough champ, and people going in with 550 4 stars are going to have a harder time for the most part, and even the 5 stars as well. So the next fight we're going to look at is just good old Starlord, 5 star, and then we're going to look at a couple other options after. But this is to show you that a 4 star can do some damage. I mean, obviously I'm almost dead, but you can definitely take her out, and with a couple you might be able to take her out as well. So next we have Starlord. Again, he has a pretty good block. Again, I'm going to do the same thing with this SB1. I'm going to take the first hit with a block, and then I'm going to avoid the next, and then run in right after. I'm going to try to avoid the SP2. I will not have the armor break in this one, so I'm looking at basically out-damaging her and waiting for her specials, and then her telepath form is available after her specials. Yes, Starlord has a armor break with his SP2 sometimes, but I don't believe I got it in this battle. She's pretty tough, and there's no room for error. That's definitely for sure. Some other champs I'm thinking of are Spark Spider-Man will be pretty good. You just keep on avoiding her for a while, then do the major damage. Maybe Hyperion with his armor break. Medusa is quite good, which we'll talk about a little bit later. The only problem with Medusa, I found she took some major block damage. I was quite surprised, actually. I tried Proxima, thinking maybe I could stun her with her ability accuracy reduction, but that did not work. So, there's some options. But she's not super easy. Especially at the beginning when you're not used to the inverted controls, when you have to basically slide to the right when you want to go left. That takes a while to get used to, and you know, you'll be making mistakes during the fight. And there you have it. There's 2 solo kills. Some other heroes that I used and you might want to think about, and we're not going to show the full fights here. The first one is Hulk. I really liked Hulk because he has a high block and he could take a lot of the block damage from Emma Frost. What he lacks is hitting power when he's so high in health. So this fight took quite a long time, like 250 hits, but he was only about half health when I was finished. It just takes a long time. He's definitely a good champ if you died a few times and you want to revive a champ. Bring him in at low health and he can do more damage. So pretty nice choice. Not my favorite, but not a bad one. The next one is a obvious choice, is Medusa. She has the armor break on her medium attacks, as you see here. And she also does a armor shatter with her SP1 and SP3. And when she shatters the opponent, which we're going to do right here, her Emmerfrost diamond shield will be down for quite a long time, and you can just go at it. Now, Medusa has a bit of a low block proficiency, so you have to watch out for that. But this shows how important armor break champs are for Emmerfrost. It really helps you out. Now, lastly, I'm going to bring in another 4-star. This time it's Captain America World War II. What I like about Captain America World War II is he takes no block damage, or barely any, as you can see. The fight is incredibly long, but he can stick around for a long time and just take it. I recommend doing your SP2 for the bleed when her diamond armor is not up, and just keep on doing it. It's a super slow fight, but if you have him and he's duped and he's a high sig with help, you can last a long time. And if you die, well, maybe you'll get Emmerfrost down so your other champs can finish him off. Now, I'm going to show you one thing here at the end. I'm going to let her launch her SP2 on purpose, because I want to show you when you block her SP2, it can take a lot of damage off you, even when you're blocking. So really try to stick to that SP1. We're going to bring it up here in a moment. It's getting close. So she's going to do SP2, and I'm going to block both and watch the damage. Boom. Very hard. So as you can see, I really try to stick to the SP1. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's just some tips and tricks. You guys are welcome to leave in the comments who you used and your thoughts about the champ and all that good stuff. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends. All that really helps me out, and I appreciate all you guys joining. It makes my day when I see people join my channel and help it grow. So take care, everybody, and talk to you soon.
Target identified. Analysis complete. Please subscribe.